Good morning. It's Thursday, and we're both here, and we're going to do a Thursday Tip Talk, which was suggested to us by a student, so shout out to you. Thank you. Mm-hmm. When we do Thursday Tip Talks, it's hard for us to come up with ideas sometimes because we really want them to be useful. I mean, what's the point of us just standing here talking? We do plenty of that, I promise. So the topic that was brought up today was how to make good decisions. We totally got behind that because even as adults, sometimes we need a little help and guidance with how to make good decisions.
Indeed. Ideally, you're making decisions all the time. You're thinking daily about what you're doing, and you're choosing to do certain things. You're not just floating around.
Let life hit you in
not
either
thinking
direction.
about. You're being intentional. Okay, I'm big on being intentional. The first step would be to identify the desired outcome. What do you want to have happen? Okay. So once you know what that is, then you can start
being informed.
Yes.
So sometimes you have to do a little research. You have to look things up. Maybe you just have to ask people, hey, what's going on? Mm-hmm. If I have one free weekend, what can I do? This, or this. Well, if you don't know what the thises are, you can't choose. So do some research. Find out what's happening.
Yeah. Another good example would be trying to figure out what college you want to apply to.
Oof.
You don't just line them up and throw darts. You look around, okay? You look around and you see, what is available to me within, the criteria that I have.
Right.
Speaking of criteria, you would narrow to your optimal options, okay?
Oof.
That means you look at all the choices that there are and you decide which one of these look best to me based on what I want to have happen, okay?
Yes.
That desired outcome. What do you want to have happen? Get some information about what's available and then narrow it down based on what you're trying to do.
And sometimes when we make decisions, it's really scary because you think, oh my gosh, if I make this wrong, the whole world blows up. It's important to remember that there is a best and worst case scenario. Yeah. You probably will not implode the universe if you choose the wrong college.
Probably not.
Maybe you'll transfer after your freshman year, but you probably won't ruin your life. Mm-hmm. So don't overthink and think that this is going to be the worst, but identify, okay, if I choose to do this, this is probably what could happen. But if this happened, am I still okay? Yeah. Am I still going to make it? Yeah. Odds are, yes. You're very resilient.
But it's good to know what's the
it
best
is.
And the worst that could happen. It's a really good idea to make a list of the pros and the cons of the different options.
Yeah.
You go, what's good about this thing and what's not so good about this thing? What are the criteria about this particular choice that push me in one direction or another? And if you make a list of pros and cons and you've got way more cons than pros, then you probably don't want to pick that thing.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
Unless the cons are little bitty things and the pros are really big things. So you have to think about it.
Yes.
But lists are helpful.
Also, asking for advice. There are people who've been there, done that. You could, in fact, learn from some of their mistakes or from the things they did well. And ask a wide range of people. Don't just ask people who feel the same way that you do about everything. Because sometimes an outside perspective can be useful. Mm-hmm. So your friends, your parents' friends, ask lots of different people. The more information you have, the better your decision is going to be.
Yeah, they may present an option that you hadn't even thought of.
Yeah.
So, and then finally, well, not finally, almost finally, make the decision. Okay, try not to get paralyzed by all the options that there are. Or caught up in the the worst case scenario might happen. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just not make this decision.
Just won't
make the decision. Okay. Sometimes things are scary, and sometimes you just got to take that leap and make the decision.
Yes, immersion therapy, so to speak.
Exposure therapy.
That's it. So adjust as needed. Like I said before, maybe you transfer colleges. Maybe you go to someone's house on a Saturday afternoon and things turn a direction you weren't happy with, or people show up that you don't really care for. You can leave. You can make adjustments. Just because you decided this one thing does not mean you have written it in ink on your person. You can leave, change, make adjustments. Do not get so stuck in your decision that you feel like it's a weight.
There's I'm trying to think of the phrase, don't cling to a mistake just because you spent a long time making it.
Yes.
You can get out of bad decisions a lot of times, and even if it's something you can't completely reverse, then you can figure out how you're going to deal with it.
Yes.
And make different decisions. Decisions all the time. So, but as long as you're thinking about what you're doing, I feel like things generally are going to turn out better than if you're not necessarily thinking about what you're doing. So
Exactly.
keep that in mind. Hopefully this was helpful to you guys. And if you have any suggestions about things you'd like us to talk about in our tips,
please come tell us.
Yeah, what we suggested to our students this morning that were in here, things you're confused about, things that you feel like it doesn't even have to be a problem you're having. It could be a problem that you observe in the school. Like, people are always having a hard time doing X, or people are always confused about Y. Just let us know what that is. We'll do a little research, and then we'll try to offer some advice, and hopefully it'll be helpful. And if it's not, just maybe the next one will be. So,
we can't hit a home run
we
every
do
time.
what we can, exactly. But anyway, so have a great day, and we will see you on Monday with some book talks.
Yes, we will.